Hello, YouTube. Its name is quite fabulous. Elf, but it was created for harsh and hard service. This is a combat knife of the Special Forces of the Main Intelligence Directorate, or GRU of Russia, developed in the town of Klimovsk at the Central Research Institute of Precision Engineering, Tsni Tochmash. I mentioned it before in my other videos about Russian weapons. And it was created to meet the specific requirements of the Special Forces, or Spetsnaz units. The project's lead design engineer was Nikolai Kuzin. The knife was not created for free sales in retail stores or wholesale distribution centers, and it was not put into civilian circulation as a conventional weapon. The original copies remain so-called departmental products in special departments. And in stores, you can only find civilian models of similar design from Saro and other manufacturers. Well, according to Nikolai Kuzin, this leading designer, engineer, the weapon turned out to be universal. It can be used as a climbing equipment by inserting the blade into the crevices of mountains and rocks. The tests showed that the blade stuck into a vertical surface could withstand a weight up to 90 kilograms. The ELF knife is included in the Krag 332-559-002 survival kit for the GRU Special Forces. This is a piece of professional equipment that has not been talked about in open sources for quite a long time. Therefore, the interest in it among the aficionados of knives and military history is not surprising, because, here you can see a field blade is what it's like when it is designed for real tasks and not for showcase design. A few words about the geometry of the blade of this fabulous knife Elf. The blade of the Elf, or Elf in Russian, is relatively narrow, with a slight decrease in the butt line. The blade is one-sided, formed by long descent, and at the transition to the tip, a characteristic geometry stands out, designed for confident penetration into the target during a stabbing movement. A false blade is made in the front of the butt, to which a wave-shaped sharpening is adjacent. This element significantly increases the effectiveness of the knife during the stabbing. The damaged channel is expanded, which enhances the stopping effect. At the same time, the wavy profile, unlike aggressive shock teeth, does not interfere with the rapid and controlled extraction of the blade from the target. The serrator on the butt adds another function, mini saws. The serrated sharpening on the front of the butt, it adds to its mini saw function. It is convenient to trim slings, synthetic materials, and thin branches. As a result, the Elf works not only as a combat blade, but also as a working tool in the field. It is the undulating sharpening that makes it a formidable weapon in hand-to-hand combat. When stabbing, wide lacerations are formed. Moreover, unlike shock teeth, the wavy shape makes it easy to remove the blade from the body. But again, first of all, the Elf is still a combat knife. The manufacturer does not disclose the exact composition of the steel. The blade is made of high-strength, high-quality steel. The exact composition is not disclosed. It is referred to as classified information, which is typical for special departments of law enforcement agencies. The first surface is provided with a dark anti-reflective coating. There are options: 2-layer semi-matte black coating, single-layer dark brown. Some descriptions mention black chrome. In any case, the coating solves several tasks at once. It masks glare, protects steel from corrosion, and reduces friction during cutting and piercing. During the tests, the elf was also used as an element of climbing equipment, and I mentioned that to you. The blade was driven into a crack in the rock and used as a pivot. Well, once again, 90 kilograms. This is what it would withstand for a person's weight, how much it can take. For work in mountains and difficult terrain, this provides an additional application scenario. The main dimensions of the elf knife are blade width about 2.7 centimeters, total length 29.7 centimeters, blade length 16.2 centimeters, weight approximately 350 gram. It feels like a full-fledged field blade. The length is enough for serious tasks, from cutting to woodwork and improvised trench operations, but the knife does not go into the format of a heavy cleaver. The balance is chosen so the controllability is maintained both during cutting and during forceful movements. The handle of the elf knife is hollow, and this handle is round in cross-section. The basic version is made of lightweight aluminum alloy. There is knurling on the surface. It improves grip, reduces the risk of turning the knife in the palm of your hand, and helps to hold the blade in gloves and a wet hand. The round handle of the elf is made of lightweight aluminum. So therefore, the total weight of the knife is only 350 grams. And again, the special knurling on the handle increases ergonomics, improves grip, and prevents the knife from slipping. There's no classic crosspiece. Its functions are performed by protrusions in the root part of the blade, which acts as restraints and protect the hand from slipping onto the blade. Inside the handle, there's a cavity for a portable emergency reserve. The tail plug is unscrewed and a sealed bag with a small but thoughtful set is removed from there. And what does it contain? Hunting or windproof matches with a grater and a cotton for ignition, fishing line, hooks, sinker for improvised fishing, pieces of paper and foil, potassium permanganate or magnesium powder for water treatment and ignition, Band-Aid, pins, pencil and paper for notes, lengths of strong cord. The equipment of the elf knife varies slightly in different descriptions, but the logic is the same. The stock for fire, water, simple fishing, small repairs, and signaling is integrated into the handle. There's also a version of the handle made of glass-filled polyamide. A polyamide is a polymer with repeating units linked by amide bonds. Plastic is noticeably more comfortable in cold weather. It does not take away the warmth of hands like the bare metal would, and it allows people to work longer without discomfort. And the knife is equipped with a sheath made of thick leather. They are designed for waist wear and are equipped with a locking strap that holds the knife in the sheath when actively moving. The shape of the scabbard is unusual. Visually, they resemble a coil in which a high-strand cord of about 7 meters long is wound. This cord is not included in the kit for the sake of design. In the field, it helps to organize tripwires for an awning or camouflage shelter, tie up pieces of equipment or make an improvised stretcher, collect the simplest straps, help to overcome difficult terrain areas. The knife is securely held in the sheath and paired with the length of cord from that storage section, I should say, that I told you about. The fighter receives a useful supply of durable, flexible material, without which any work on the ground becomes much more difficult. This combat knife is included in the Russian first-generation equipment system Barmitsa, the predecessor of the most famous Ratnik complex. Barmitsa combined about 50-60 items, from night vision goggles and mini navigator to the boat Varyag, first aid kit, camouflage makeup, and other elements. The total weight of the kit exceeded 40 kilograms, which prompted the designers to create lighter and more modern solutions. Against this background, it becomes clear why such strict reliability and functionality requirements were imposed on the knife. In some scenarios, it could be the only available tool when the main equipment could no longer be reached. The ELF is an example of what a combat and field knife looks like when it is created for real-life special forces tasks. A narrow blade with a well-thought-out geometry, a hidden notch in the handle that I mentioned, a useful cord and the sheath, durable steel, and a coating without excessive gloss. It is a good knife, according to the people who actually held it, not just to talk about it. The handle is quite comfortable. It doesn't slip in the hand and fits perfectly in the hand, including in winter gloves. Some comments was like that. This person said he won't say about the grade of the steel, but it's hard enough that you can't sharpen it on a simple stone. Now, regarding the special anti-glare coating, heck knows how special it is, but it feels like the knife is stupidly painted with black paint, which, by the way, gets peeled off on the blade pretty quickly. So, not all hoorays for this Spetsnaz equipment. I'll bring you more descriptions of the Spetsnaz various branches of the special forces of Russia. More about their equipment, weapons, of course, and some of the operations. So you can find much more in my other videos, including the special paranormal operations Spetsnaz is engaged in. Not the GRU, but I'm sure some of them too, on the territory of the Russian Federation. I hope you like my videos, and I'll bring you more. If you can support my research, please do so through the links you find in the description to this video. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your attention to my work.